Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another turn resolution War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. Let's see what we got going today. I can tell you my opponent, when he sent me the turn, said it was brutal for air results. Dud. So, but he said it was due to coding. He certainly selected targets like Tarawas, for example. But he said that, pardon me, he said that, sweep issues and stuff, which I get too. We both have them. He wasn't complaining, but I'm just kind of letting you know what I know, what to expect. He basically indicated that he targeted these ground units, the Second British Division, but since we split them, I don't know if anyone has comments on this, by the way. I split the second division so it could recover, and when he selected it to bomb, it was formed up as one, and when I split it, his bombers picked some other target. We'll probably find out during as the turn goes. But anyway, feel free to comment about what I'm talking about here. If that is a coding issue, where if Japan selects a formed up division to bomb and it splits, if then it will toggle to commander's discretion and go anywhere else. I'm going to move on. I just wanted to throw that out there. We'll see more as we go. Now, I figured there was something going on at Kapong, and these Tojos confirm that this is indeed an active airfield. So I don't know why I only have three, because I have a full squadron here, but it could be because they got strayed and stuff. So all three make it, although surely damage, right? Well, it doesn't say. But they don't do any damage anyway, so kind of a pointless raid there. Potentially pointless raid. Okay, we got the daily bombardment of Rangoon, but I'm going to fix that with some mines. We'll see if that works. We got that happening, although that is if our ships get in. We'll talk about that. Probably talk about that at the end of turn resolution for October 30. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. These ships are they're not, okay, so they're not so much worthless as uh, for some reason, his subs are like, oh wow, ace commanders. This motor launch is actually doing a decent job on this I-36. I think he's going to have to go back to port. Wish we would have gotten a little bit more damage. This number 423 is gone. All right. I don't know if you saw up in the Rangoon area. So I have these sweeps happening because I don't know when. Okay. So he did mention this. He apparently had some sweeps coming to Tarawa, but but the bombers came first. Now it looks like he has some escort. I don't know how we'll get through this. This is the way he indicated is it was a bad air day for him. But you know what? We'll pretend we don't know anything and we'll just watch it play out. Right. So I purposely had some of these guys resting because I already have very fatigued pilots. Um, and this is why it's a small number. Oh man, we lost a buffalo. Um, I really need to get not only the airfield operational, but I got to get some um, engineer, not engineers, but aviation support so we can cap this directly. Now you see here, I don't know what he's talking about because we're not even getting to the bombers, so not sure what was concerning to him. Oh, he's bombing the ground. I would have thought he would. Okay, I'm not sure why he's bombing the ground. I would have thought he'd go for the ships. Oh, he's hit. Oh, hoping. He's hoping we park some boats into the port. Okay. Nope. I'm not. I'm not that crazy. All right. So here, his sweep does come, and like he said after the fact. Um, and we're gonna be exhausted after this, fighting off escorted bombers, and now or trying to, failing to, and now fighting off this sweep. I'm trying to figure out how his fighters aren't fatigued. Wonder. I don't think they're coming from Jalouit. Probably Quadriline. Anyway, yeah, that's not much happened there. Kind of a draw. All right, so this is what he was talking about. I believe, he's totally bombing random targets up here. I doubt he purposely sent them to attack the 23rd Indian Brigade. Now, this benefits him because it slows down this infantry unit. I just have a sneaking suspicion he did not target that unit with those sallies. Okay, I'm not sure if Sion was one he was supposed to sweep first, but I guess we'll find out. Um, but we do have these P-66s capping Sion. See, uh, because it's not really anything exciting, it's not fighter versus fighter. We'll just move forward, but you can see that the Chinese fighters are having a field day here. Unfortunately, I should be more than three fighters covering this. But yeah, okay. And then I see more came up. We wrecked his. It's possible we shut down all 17 of these guys. So I see what he's saying. Oh wow, this is the other thing he's talking about. So he brings these sallies all the way to Mandalay, accidentally. I get it. Wow. That hurts so bad. Oh man. I actually feel for him here. Now it's my opponent and it's the Japanese and I don't, no love lost as it were, but it is a shame when you're you know, something inadvertent or in the coding. It feels like not necessarily a bug, but something you certainly wouldn't expect. If, for example, if it's real life, you're saying, hey, go bomb this unit, they're not going to say, oh, but it's split up, so let's go somewhere else. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I don't know what to do about a turn like this. I mean, on his behalf. All right, a couple of straggling lightnings there. All right, see that? That's our mine layers that I want to shoot into Rangoon and dump. Okay, so now I see. This was a scenario where his sweeps came in after. I get it now. This was this was one of his complaints, but it happens to all players in this game where sweeps can go in too late. It's happened to my pilots as well. I think his main concern wasn't this. This is just part of the game, but it was the bombing where he targeted the second division, and it picked something else instead. All right, let's see what the afternoon brings. By the way, the fact that he bombed the port in the AM tells me that he didn't even have naval attack, and then as a backup plan bombed the port, because otherwise that would have happened in the afternoon, not in the morning. All right. Usually he bombs ground troops when he's going to attack. Well, not in China per se. So when he told me about the second British division, I thought maybe he was going to going to attack. So let's see when we get into the ground combat if he attacks the British second division. All right. So these are we're going to basically go through these Japanese bombardments, which kind of tells me he doesn't attack the British second division. Because last time he did that, that was the first thing that popped up. Alright, I'm not sure. Seems like I would probably try and attack here, but that's probably not advisable. Maybe that's why he's not doing it, because he's trying to be more cautious than I usually am. Alright, so this is a scenario where he definitely has more than we have here. We do have ×2 terrain, and we may be dug in fairly well also. All right. I'm not sure. Can't tell just from this page here what's retreating, but again, you can see he's pulling out of Tungu with something or some things. Ooh, Mandalay. I think that size 7 airfield. Wow. All right, we will pause and take a look at losses. Wow. I understand his frustration here. We lost 5 aircraft. He lost 47. And probably pilots as well. Okay, that's brutal. Now this can't be right. He lost 47 total, and this is saying 63, so that's pretty inflated. Now, let's see. There's a variance of 16, so we'll drop that down to 30. What is that? 38. That's still like crazy amount. Three Tojos to ops. I don't know if he's long range capping. Could be something up in Borneo. I mean, Burma. Also, he is capping, night capping Kapang, so maybe he lost some over there. Zeros we shot down. It looks like a couple, possibly over Tarawa. I mean, that's the only place I remember us fighting someone. One Helen we shot down night with night fighter action, which was surprising. An Oscar, a Sally, and a Glenn to ops. Our losses were lighter. We do lose three buffaloes total, trying to cap Tarawa, and then one Hudson and a P-66 over Sion. Now, we shot down a bunch of Sallys for that. However, it's still, um, we can't, these guys do not do well against, I mean, they can't go toe to toe with these Oscars. And if he sweeps like he did, we may get shredded, lose quite a bit more of these guys. Anyway, yeah, I don't blame him for being frustrated here. Two wounded, one killed. Um, again, well, here, just give me a second. Yeah, we lose this 423, and it's possible that um, that's um, that sub that was up in here is going to be going back for repairs. All right, but again, but here, this is what I'm saying. You see, I think you understand, but the point is, this is the second British division split up. He targeted it when it was whole, and now it's split up, and his bombers went who knows where based on the range. That was his concern. I'm going to do a quick test because I think when you target the ground, my thought was you pick a target, a hex, not a, yeah, you pick a hex, not a unit, right? So I don't know. In any case, I certainly feel his pain, but I'm not going to be too sad. Well, I'm just kidding. Um, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with these bombers. I just reset them back because, I was just tinkering with that. All right. Um, on to the 30th. All right. Welcome back. It's October 30, 1942. Let's see how this turn plays out. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about some of these places. Wow. Not sure how that's coming in so loud. Oh, we got a torpedo into the Konzan Maru, although I don't know how badly damaged it is. Let's see if we can hear a sinking. Nope. Okay. So we come in at the same time he happens to have ships here. What luck. Let's see if we survive. This is going to be interesting because, well, it's nighttime. He's probably a bit better than we are. But this will remind me a little bit about Guadalcanal, you know? It's around the time of some of those actions that were there, surface actions, and clearly we're not ready for a night fight with the Japanese. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at I've got these reversed. No, take that back. The Australians. I'm sorry. Let's start over, okay? The Australians are actually putting up a good fight, a bit better than their RN counterparts. But let's see how this goes. Again, and now I'm seeing it. We're on the right, of course. I don't know why I was got that flipped. Okay, so these ships were coming in at full speed because I really wanted to bombard Shortlands, and boom, here's some cruisers parked here waiting for me. I like to think that when they bombard, when they use their artillery or guns and their torpedoes, like in succession, as the ship is dodging the gunfire, torpedoes in the water aiming for them. So, you know, in other words, you're dodging either the gun or the torpedo. And so far, it looks like we've dodged it all, but I know luck doesn't last forever in this game. I wonder what this would be like if we were doing this in the day. In other words, probably more hits from both sides. Okay, the range looks like it's on the it's going up. So, is it possible that we're going to break off at some point? I don't know how much ammunition both parties have. I mean, we went in full. I don't know what the Japanese have, although I'm sure they're full as well. I just don't know how long this goes before it's low enough for both parties to back off. But this is pretty cool. It's kind of a semi-fair fight. It looks like he has more heavy cruisers, though. And both of those cruisers probably have very minimal damage. The Kinugasa and the Kako, that's probably very superficial damage. But we take 0 shell hits, so that turned out to be a nice result, because even though we didn't, well, I guess we're back for more. Even though we didn't necessarily sink anything, not losing something is kind of a nice result as well. But we're back at it, so possibly something will still come of it. We're certainly not getting the hits we got earlier, although we didn't hit very much anyway. Ah, there we took a hit. Canberra. That looked like a semi-bad one too, also. I wish we would have, when we disengaged from combat, I wish we would have just left the area. Oh well. I don't know that anything good can come from sticking around in Japanese airspace, too. That's the other thing that concerns me about the position we're in here. Yeah. And the Canberra is turning into a pincushion this time. We're not getting any hits this round. Okay, so we got to see the first round in total, and of course that was in my favor, so that was nice to watch. This one, not so much, and also I don't want to spend. I still have some things I want to do after the action to talk through, so I'd rather not waste too much time with this. I'm gonna knock it out. We'll see how bad. It looks like Canberra is wrecked. And this time it looks like we're in it for the long haul. Like, hey, we're going to empty our guns, and one side is going to win or lose. And it looks like two heavy cruisers from each side are, well, ours is in worse condition. We have heavy fires, heavy damage. So we may lose the Canberra. Because he's already parked here, he could disband this and recover the Kinugasa. So he's probably fine. Yeah, that's going down now. Wait, where's our ASW? 3 torpedo hits. That is a goner. Yeah, that's a shame. And then to follow up the injury with an insult like that, that's not fun. All right, we're going to try to bomb this overloaded air base here at Mole Mine, where he has 1,000,000 fighters. See if we can get some damage on the fighters there that are parked here. Well, he also has some bombers parked here as well. Hey, we destroy a single aircraft, Adina. That's not a significant loss, but come on, partial cloud cover. We need to get some hits on these. Okay. Ah, yes, Nick's here. Wow, this is significant. And we have more bombers coming. Look at that. Wow. Nate's, Tojo, Sally, Oscars. All right, I'm almost happier about this than this, but damaging the base is going to be key too to keeping him from using this in the future. But the thing is, he has 3 air bases from which to in the area. Technically 4 if you count Tungu, Pegu, Mole Mine, and Chiang Mai in the area to fly fighters from. And these Liberator 2s are also doing some good damage to these air units on the ground. Tojo. They called this a dive bomber. Alright, let's skip this. He does get 7 through. I think we have thunderstorms here, so that helps us. But I'm glad I persisted here because we had terrible weather before, but now we're able to actually... I'm surprised these Liberator 2s did nothing, but I guess you can't win them all. These Hudson 3As feel a little worthless. 4 250-pound bombs. Alright, if nothing else, we got 1 Nate, right? Yeah, I guess that's all we got. Oh, nice. Alright. This was very significant. That's a lot. And this doesn't even show at all, I don't think. But also some decent damage to the airbase. All right, he may have pulled his fighters out, but or his aircraft, I don't know. But it's also moderate rain, which is causing us to have terrible accuracy. I, I, I mean, because we didn't even get a hit on the base. All right, looks like he split up and we split up, but we do still have more ships than he does. Why are we persisting in this shore bombardment? Get out of there. All right, if it's all the same, oh, this is the heavily damaged Kinugasa. I kind of, I guess, want to see if we can watch the Kinugasa sink. I doubt it because I don't think we have enough damage on it, and we don't have big enough guns, possibly. If we could get some torpedoes into it, but we're probably out of torpedoes at this point. Alright, we actually get a hit on a destroyer. But it looks like it's superficial because I don't see anything. So this is probably the escort task force to get the Kinugasa back home. I'm surprised it split up like this though, because the Kako doesn't look like it's very heavily damaged, but maybe it's trying to make it back to base to recover too. I don't know. Alright, I don't know how much ammunition we got, but if we finally get another hit into the Sazanami. But I don't have, again, I want to cut to the chase. My videos are plenty long enough anyway. We just don't have a lot of surface action, do we? So this is kind of cool to watch. I don't know, just got some things I want to get to. Alright. So 9 more hits. Now it's on fire heavy damage, although that was exactly the same results before. So, what are you going to do? Alright. Man. Telling you. The Sargo has been good for me, so I don't know what's going on there. We are going to get mines into this hex this turn. I promise you. We do take a lot of damaged aircraft, and we actually have a couple of destroyed. So I've rested my heavy bombers in Indeni. I plan to hit the port, man, at Shortlands. There, got something. And that's got oil or fuel, something. Still didn't sink it though. So there's 3 possible ships if we hear one sink. That anyway. What was I gonna say? Oh, and Denny. I may schedule a port bombing with all my heavy bombers at Shortlands because okay, this time he's sweeping first. I don't know how we'll do, but let's let it rip. You know, uh, we see a lot of these anyway. I'll give it a few seconds, but I maybe we'll watch till a couple aircraft are shut down, and it looks like it's all us and getting shot down. That is. All right. I I have other things to use my time for. So we do shoot down at least 1-0. He shoots down at least two of our Wildcats. All right, it looks like he plans to bomb our troops there, and we're running out of aircraft here, so we won't have any when his bombers come. Now, hopefully, our flak is good enough here because I don't have anything covering. Oops, I did. That was too fast. All right, Wen Chao being hit. The actual base. This is bombing our troops. Okay, I forgot about that bombing. He has artillery here, and I went low, but anyway, we hit nothing, so maybe it's the rain that's keeping it from hitting. Alright, this is our. Oh, this is. Okay, I didn't realize I was bombing the ground troops there. Okay, these Mitchells are bombing the ground. Okay, that's right. I have them bombing ground troops at Port Moresby, but I guess, okay, this confirms what I was talking about the turn before. When I schedule them to bomb ground troops here and something happens to his ground troops here, then they'll pick something else. So that does happen. That did end up happening to me, like it happened to my opponent, the Japanese day before or two. All right, so we're heading into PM. This is probably when his Bettys will come and attack Tarawa, right? Um, the problem is, if that's the case, we will have, yeah, and here's his sweep at Siam. You'll forgive me if I skip this. These guys are probably outmatched by these Oscars, by the way. Oh, well, they don't do too bad. We actually, it's 1-2 casualties, although I don't know if that's the final tally. Plus, he has more coming, which means we're going to be fatigued here. But we destroy even more Oscars on that sweep. Alright, so. Okay, more airbase hits here at Puna. I have to keep the rotations because they shift. I mean, they repair these areas, and I got to keep them suppressed. All right, so I am surprised he did not bomb our ships there. Okay, there's a sinking. Was it the cargo ship? Was it the crew? There's two cargo ships possible, and one cruiser, but it's probably one of the cargo ships. All right, I'm gonna bomb the port of Shortlands, I believe, and because if he disbands or tries to repair that cruiser, I'd like to take advantage that it's parked there. Okay, got some upgrades here. Um, Karachi, okay. Cooktown, yeah, that's 8 now. So, yeah, we can relieve some of these air um, aviation support units. Okay. All right. Well, after this, well, we'll see if we have any reinforcements. But yeah, as usual, we'll go around the map briefly, see what's what. Oh, not bad. 11th Marine. Oh, Defense Battalion. Okay, nice. Lots of goodies. All right. Wow. 39. This was basically mole mine. And it was nighttime. But when you have 200 some odd aircraft, it's pretty easy to hit, right? So he's got, so we lost 16, which is not great, to 2059. How, okay, help me out here. Those who play Japan, look at these losses here and tell me, how does he have so many planes? Listen, I'm not surprised if he does have a lot of planes because I know he can micromanage his factories and make maybe large amounts of various types of planes. That's fine. I have no problem with if that's the fact. I haven't played Japan. If someone says, well, it's pretty easy to make airframes, you just make sure you have the pilots, whatever. But when I look at these numbers and I watch Japanese YouTubers, it sounds like, oh, it's a major crisis to lose a few aircraft. So I'm a little bit skeptical either that he has so many aircraft and no matter how many he loses, he just replaces them so easily. I'm skeptical of his ability to do that. Or I'm skeptical of the Japanese player who says, I'm running out of airframes. Because I don't know that these Japanese players I watch lose this many aircraft in a turn per turn. Anyway, or look at the over the campaign, and it's easier to look at here. 3,922. So basically 4,000 aircraft so far lost, but yet he's flying almost 4,000 sorties. So he's easily replaced these losses. Easily. It's like, might as well have not shot him down. Anyway, just my 2 cents. All right. So 59 to 65, there's a discrepancy here, and I don't know where it is because these numbers are all over the place. But certainly this is wrong because we saw it was only 39 on the ground, and this is 47. But check this out. A lot of Tojos, because apparently we can't shoot them down in the sky, so we have to destroy them on the ground. He loses 7 Oscars in air-to-air. That's likely China. We do shoot down 2 zeros and 1 lost on the way back. Uh, anyway, you can take a look at the snapshot of this picture here, but let's take a look at ours now. Um, so we also lose 3 wildcats. Let's see. Yeah, so basically it's 3-3 over Tarawa. And then, but he has more aircraft to bring to the table. Um, but we're resting ours, and so we're cycling them through. Although I don't know how many more I'm going to be able to feed into there. His fighters probably wore out. We lost 3 C-47s in one day. That's terrible. We don't build that many in a day. So against 7 Oscars, we lose 3 P-66s. We didn't lose any of the other ones. What is it, P-43 or whatever? Let's see, a couple of Hudsons to ops flying around at night. An SBD-3 probably, I don't know, doing something, search, flying around. P-40 and let's see, P-38 to ops, a Seagull. Okay. And a Hurricane. These are destroyed by his bombardment. Now, this Seagull 5, that was if I remember correctly, that I didn't think it was a Seagull, but we lost an air. We had a search plane there because it flew off of a cruiser and Dutch cruiser and landed there. I just didn't think it was a Seagull 5. All right. Pilots. Wow, this is the best numbers I've ever seen with that many losses. 5 wounded, only 1 killed. Hopefully we get these wounded back. And let's look at ships sunk. Now, we lost a cruiser, 38 points. We don't know what he lost. We heard something sink, but we don't know what it was. And so we're going to take the hit on the points there. But this offsets the 38 variance, and then hopefully we get some points elsewhere too. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is not near the end of the game. We're okay. All right. So I'm going to be brief because that was a long turn. But Tarawa is we're unloading. We probably have 2 more turns at least to get. Well, I want to get these troops off before we start losing some transports, which hopefully we don't lose. But we got the bulk of our units off. We even have our full tank TD battalion, although it looks like we might be needing to unload some more motorized support. We've got the 3rd Marine Division off, more or less. Anyway, we got most of this stuff offloaded. Actually, we could look at this and just see what's left to get off. See just like a few elements of some of these. A lot of it's the bigger equipment that's harder to offload in these small bases. Which reminds me, as soon as this gets to fortifications 2, in fact, I'm going to hit this now. So what's going to happen is we'll still flip to level 2 fort, but we'll get some port capacity building up. All right, but and I'm really honestly just keeping. If we look at AAA ammo, we have plenty of AAA ammo still. So my goal is to keep these surface combat ships here to just shoot down any bombers that come our way. Okay. Here I said I was going to be brief. All right. I don't know if he snuck away. Look at this. We're getting out of here. We lost a heavy cruiser, but otherwise, look, the damage is very light. I hate that we lost the heavy cruiser. If we hadn't stuck around, although we wouldn't have done as much damage as we did either. I'm not sure if he has anything in port here. I'm tempted to bomb his port because sneaking that cruiser out of there is very dangerous. He may lose it trying to get it back to Rabaul. So I would imagine he would park it here. Now, he could move it here and disband or here and disband. And they're very close and probably easy. Pardon me. I'm not sure. What if his surface ships started sneaking away? Um, let me. I don't know if it's easy to find. I'm gonna. All right, here it is. Look at all that. Of course, it's here. No, that's not where it is. All right, so it was later in the day. Oh yeah, here. So that was at okay, 109, 131. Okay, so the second battle was here also. His ships may have stayed here. If they retreated after that combat, then he may have said, "Well, okay, I'm bugging out." But if they stayed here, he may have disbanded it, and then I'll bomb the port and see if we can get any ships there. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of a bad idea, but I'll try it. Okay. I don't think he has any fighters based there, so hitting the air base is kind of moot at this point. I think he's just flying long range cap from Rabaul. Anyway, again, moving on. So our carriers, our carrier groups, we've got two of them heading up. We're going to start getting ready for this invasion. We just got our battleship bombardment group brought in, replenished, ready to go. And we'll head up and work our way up the coast with these guys as well. We'll start loading our amphibious task forces. And looks like we have bad weather here, so this is a perfect time to start doing this. He's got subs blocking both of these. So my plan is to send out ASW ahead of the group. We have a few AMs here, but not very many. So I may have to quickly grab some that are in other locations, which looks like honestly, I don't have a lot just sitting around doing nothing. I do have a lot of destroyers here. Wow. What are they doing parked there doing nothing? So maybe I should quickly get some destroyers up here to get into these invasion task forces. Because what they'll do is when they get in this hex, they can bombard while they're offloading troops. But in addition, they'll take out these subs, hopefully. And I've got plenty of destroyers. And then also the AMs, I'll say, oh, that's what I have. 7 AMs. That's what I saw. Okay, these guys, I want to go in first anyway because they can also take out the if he put mines there. So yeah, that'll be good. Patrol craft, we got this guy, but he has no ASW. But what I might do is put him in the invasion task force to be a cannon fodder, or torpedo fodder for the in lieu of our transports. Okay, working up the map. I bypassed Kapang because it's really just kind of a bombing raid that did nothing, obviously. All right, looking at Burma. This is the problem child, but I have no solution for it yet. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm waiting. See how beat up this guy is? 86 disabled squads. That's nuts. I'm not sure what to do here. I could wait until whatever's sitting here moves out. And the cool thing is we own this hex. So he can move in here, but he can't move there or there still. Um, and then also, and then if I attack after he gets out of there, he'll retreat to here or here, which is okay with me. And so maybe I will wait till he exits and his troops are here. That's fine. Um, this guy's recovered quite a bit. I may do a deliberate attack. Let's see. Man, these units are just taking so long. Maybe I'll wait till I get the motorized brigade also. This is 151 assault value, because this is only 54. So we're going to basically quadruple our assault value here, and then we can hit this probably next turn. But I've been resting my fighters. I've also been, for two reasons. One, to get the crews rested, but also to get these airframes ready to go. So I'll probably start my air offensive soon. But look at this. See, 183 fighters now. Plus he has airfield damage. That was a nice raid. But now what am I going to bomb? So I'm also worried about him moving troops from here to here. So I'm just bringing this battalion. They won't hold anybody back. But this armored regiment is almost here to Prome, and then it should only be, I think, one turn to get here, but it might be two. This thing, I don't think, moves totally 46 miles in a day. But as soon as he gets here, he's turning here. If he moves here this turn, I can't hold it back before my armor gets there. So this is moving fairly quickly, but I should be able to attack this hex before these guys get out. All right. Anyway, Burma is a quandary for me, and a quagmire as well. All right. China, we knocked him out. He's running away. I was going to chase him, but he's moving too fast. And then other than that, it looks like we're kind of at a standstill. He's not even chasing me anymore into here, it looks like. Although these tanks might be coming my direction. So rebuild. I'll just do that for now. All right, down here. I was trying to bomb these artillery pieces. Oh yeah, but you saw we missed. Okay, we had some fighter action here. We lost some well, we only have 8 here. We must lost more than I thought. We lost 3. Yeah, okay, we lost 3, and we had lost 1 before, so we went down from 12 to 8 in 2 turns. But we hopefully deterred him from, because we shot down 7 of those Oscars, so that's a good number, good result. Anyway, looking good. All right, I'm gonna. I feel comfortable with that summary, and I'm gonna wrap up here, and we'll jump back in on October 31 turn resolution. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.